'Cause in this crazy beautiful life, I've found a way to hold on to my pride, and I only want
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Catching Up with Ali and Rich, and we are in the studio just about 1 p.m., and it's a special show. We have a musical guest with us, Ali Isabella. Welcome, Ali. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how you got your start in singing?
Well, I'm 17 years old, and I'm a singer-songwriter, born and raised in New York in Westchester. And basically how I got into singing was because of my dad. When I was little, my dad used to play Frank Sinatra in the car to my grandma's house on the way to Queens. So those were really some of the first songs that I learned like all the words to. So it was really because of my dad. He kind of inspired me to get into music. And
Sinatra.
Yeah.
Wow,
Sinatra.
that's very interesting.
You already have a fan in Richard. He's
Yeah.
a Sinatra
So what
fan.
Sinatra songs did you listen to?
We listened to My Kind of Town.
Ah, Chicago is that? Okay.
That was like the first song I learned all the lyrics to.
Very good. Very, very nice. Well, you actually, what I just said before we went on the air was that we heard your song. It's kind of like it's kind of like an old style because you have that, you know, you talk so softly here and they'll hear it on the radio, but when you're singing, you have such a powerful voice.
Yeah.
It's fantastic to hear. So how did you develop that range?
I mean, for me, like, singing is just, like, a great way for me to express myself. Like, writing songs and stuff, I mean, that's always really how I've gotten how I felt across to other people. Because, like, in general, I'm kind of a reserved, kind of, like, quiet person.
I see that, yeah.
Yeah, but on stage, it's, like, strange because, like, once I'm on stage, I kind of, like, feel at home. And I kind of feel like everyone understands me. So
Really?
That's yeah.
Okay, that's sometimes, you know, that's how you put your message through music, right?
And you do write all of your own songs,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
And I want to talk about the song we just listened to, which is one of the first songs you wrote, Crazy Beautiful Life, because I think you have an interesting story behind it and where you got your inspiration for that song. Can you talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, well, Crazy Beautiful Life is about, I wrote that in about 9th grade. It was about a friendship circle that kind of fell apart. And for me, to be able to get through that was kind of like a difficult time for me. I put like everything that I was feeling into this song. And it's, Crazy Beautiful Life is basically about how life can be crazy, but at the same time, it is beautiful and you kind of just have to go with the flow and just, you know, move on. And that's really just what that song was about for me.
Does that still happen now? Now that you're such a performer, do you still find yourself relating to that song?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I'm still in high school, so I do still find myself in those situations sometimes. But music has just been a great way for me to get over that.
So do you actually go to high school? You go to
Yes,
school?
yes.
Where do you go to school?
I go to school in Westchester at a
Okay.
private school.
So if you go to a private school, do the kids treat you differently? Or are they, you know, I mean, do they look at you and say, wow, you know, we have a superstar in our class?
No, not really. I mean, I've been at that school since 6th grade, so to me, like, well, to everyone else, I'm still Ali.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool. At least, you know, they're not like, you know, asking you for your autograph every day. That would be annoying, right?
No, it wouldn't be annoying. I think it'd just be kind of weird because, I mean, we're all, like, friends, and it's like, I don't know, I feel like your friend wouldn't really ask you for an autograph.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. At least when you become even bigger one day, you'll know that those are the true friends because
Yes,
they'll stick with
definitely.
you. Okay.
I'm interested to learn about your songwriting process. So, you know, you get your inspiration from school and from your friends. Do you carry around a notebook and jot things down throughout the day and things come to you, or what's the process for you?
Well, usually, like, I have a journal that I keep, like, with me wherever I go, and I'll just, like, jot down what, like, I experienced throughout the day, and usually what I do is I'll put that aside, and then once I come up with a melody, like, I'll look back through my journal and see, like, what fits that melody. So I usually come up with a melody first, and then I look back at my notes just to see what goes with it.
So how easy does that come to you?
Like the melody part?
Well, just the whole songwriting process. Like, is it easy, or do you find it more difficult? Is it easy on some days, more difficult on other days?
For me, I feel like it's pretty easy because, I mean, that's, like, how I express myself, so it's just, like, I don't know, it just happens.
Right, okay. Well, you know what? Sometimes just a natural talent that just comes. Did you ever think about trying out for these talent shows? You know, and I know American Idol may be not as popular as it once was, but it's still a big show. It's still one of the highest rated talent shows on TV. Then you have the X Factor, then The Voice, which is really big right now. Did you ever think about it?
I definitely have, but for me, like, I kind of wanted to do it this way, just doing my own music and getting it out there. That was just the way that I just decided to do it in the end. But I definitely thought about that at first.
You did, but you just decided to take this route.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's interesting because so many people today you see have come from these shows. And it's definitely maybe harder to do it by yourself and to try to just put yourself out there without having a medium like a show or someone backing you like the judges on those shows. You know, the name that's already out there. So it's definitely a different route than we see nowadays.
Well, I mean, if you released your first album in 2012, so you start there, Say You'll Be Mine. It goes in the UK.
Yes.
Okay, why the UK?
Well, I performed over at Wembley Arena in February last year.
Okay.
I performed at the International Festival of Country Music, so I opened for like Reba and Lone Star.
Right.
And when I went over there, I had to have an album that I could give out to people at my booth over there. And so it wasn't really supposed to happen. I just had like a whole bunch of songs and we put them together and it just kind of all worked.
Really?
So that's really just how my album came together, Say You'll Be Mine. But I wrote a lot of the songs on there and I co-wrote with some people too.
So that album, now the first single, What If, that's the first single you take off the album, goes to number 13 on the hot disc charts in the UK.
Yeah.
Featured in radio play across Europe. So how does that feel when you reach number 13? That's huge.
Yeah, it was really crazy. I didn't even like expect it. I mean, because I'm really like new to this. I released my album like a year ago, so to have like my first single do that well was just incredible.
Has to be an incredible feeling. And then in the US, you have a different single debut here, New York City Country
Yes.
Girl. What's New York City Country Girl about?
New York City Country Girl is just about a girl that lives in New York, and it's just New York City is just like a big, city, but I'm like at heart, I'm really a country girl because I love to go horseback riding and I love like wide open spaces. So for me, it was just about I'm a country girl in New York City, but I love that about myself because I'm different.
That's, you know what? Being different, though, is what makes everybody, right?
Yeah.
And then you reach number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100 singles chart here. So now what do you say? You're like, okay, well, I'm famous in the UK, and now I'm famous in the United States, right?
Yeah, no, it was crazy. And when I actually went into Billboard to go talk to them about what happened, I actually found out that I was number 1 on the country charts for their sales for 4 weeks, and that was just, oh my God, like I couldn't even like.
I know, you were like number 1.
Yeah.
Not number 15, not number 20, number 1.
It was just crazy, but I mean, I'm really thankful for everyone who's listened to my music and supported me along the way.
Very cool.
Well, let's take a listen to New York City Country Girl and see what it's all about.